Hello friends. In continuation to my previous video, I'm just posting another video today because this is my vegan week that I've completed 1 year being vegan. So today I'm going to talk about the kind of exploitation, that kind of horrible things which happen in our dairy industry. It's just not limited to dairy industry, but it's also happens in every farm, even in villages where people actually take care of small group of cows or buffaloes or any dairy in that matter. So what happens when the calf is born? They are just separated from their mother in 30 minutes. Can you just imagine the kind of emotional stress that induces in both of them, mother and the calf? How about this? Can I ask you, if you do something like that to human, will it be acceptable? No, right? Because we have laws for us to protect. But they don't have any laws. They have emotions like us. We need to understand that. And why are they separated? Just to give you milk? Just to give a human milk? Crazy, right? So what do? So they let the calf to just suck mother's breast for few moments, and then they take her away so that you can milk and we can feed on them. Instead of the mother's milk, they are fed with powdered milk or just some milk in buckets only for a couple of months. Prematurely, they are actually fed hard food as early as 10 days of their age. Naturally, the baby would at least drink 9 to 12 months of their mother's breast, but we force them to stop it. This is ridiculous. So, what happened to males? The male calf, when it's born, some people keep them because it's used for agriculture, like plowing in your farms. Some are abandoned, and many of them are actually sold to slaughterhouse. So we always are worried about the human population, the female to male ratio, right? 40/60 or 50/50, whatever. How about them? The buffalo male to female population is 15 to 85. Yeah, you heard me right. That's only 15 percentage of male buffalo in this country, and 85% is female. And what about cow? It's 35/65 because cows are useful in farming activities. That's why we keep them 35%, that too. And then 65% of it's female. So on average, in India, we consume 55% of buffalo milk, and cow's milk is around 42%. These are the hard facts, guys. So what happens and how is she impregnated? It's not natural, right? 70% of the breeding takes place only by artificial insemination. If you guys don't know what is artificial insemination, I think you should go and read on internet. Actually, one hand is inserted into the anal opening of the cow or a buffalo, and then the other hand there is a rod inserted which contains bull's semen straight into the uterus of the cow or a buffalo. So this is artificial insemination, a rod without her permission, right? You're doing this just because she cannot speak. It doesn't mean she's not in pain. She would be in utter pain. I mean, I cannot imagine that happening to anyone, any human in this world. This is wrong. So what happens again? Just within 2 months of she giving birth, cow is made pregnant again so that it can give birth in 9 more months. They keep her lactating all the time. She is used like a machine. She's used like a bloody machine. You also know the fact that actually they are injected oxytocin twice every day so that the labor can start early. It's also done to humans. The same process, oxytocin is injected if the labor is not happening, if it is delaying. So for cows also it is done. You know how the milks are sucked? They place a sucker on her teeth, which is actually a painful act. Sucker actually sucks milk from the teeth all the time, and they become painful and they become red. So they are swollen. This is not right, and sometimes they even bleed, which can lead to a disease called mastitis. If you go and search what is mastitis, you will understand why it happens. Because we use this machine suckers to actually suck the milk out of the cow. This is really bad. Did you actually know the cow or a buffalo, it kicks you when you actually go and suck the milk from your hand, right? Why does it do that? Simple logic, right? Because it doesn't want to give you milk, it's for a baby. We humans are the only creatures in the entire world who drinks some other animal milk. Don't you think this is against nature? This is against nature. If you believe it or not, this is against nature. Who needs a milk? Come on, tell me, guys. It's a baby, right? It's a baby, infant, we call it. That needs milk. Why? Because they don't have teeth to chew and eat the food. This is why God has created milk so that the baby gets enough energy, proteins through her mother's milk in the early age till he or she develops teeth, right? I mean, we are the only creatures in the entire world that actually drinks milk till we die. Don't you think this is unnatural? We should grow up. I mean, this is something we need to learn and we need to implement in our lives so that we will be still called intelligent creatures. We are only intelligent in exploiting animals today. We have not made any progress to show how animally we are. I cannot call humanely because we are all into exploitation. So animals are far, far better because they are staying as per nature norms. Then there is another process called dehorning. You know what happens in dehorning? They actually cut the horn with tools and they actually debud them with a hot iron rod so that the horn cannot grow again, which is actually done so that it doesn't cause injuries to other cows which are kept in close proximity. Then there is a nose roping. They actually put a rod inside nose, cartridge is broken, it's ripped apart just to control them so that they can transport them and control them. An average life of a cow or a cattle is 20 to 25 years. And today, because of all this torture, the cow is getting ill and then the life is reduced to 4 to 7 years. 25 years it has to live, but we humans, because of exploitation, we have got it down to 7 years. So dairy equal to meat, right? I mean, I'm not talking about meat eaters here because that's on another level. So I've stopped talking about it. The more dairy you produce, the more you sell it to slaughterhouse, the more meat it is. That's the reason India is number one in dairy and number two in beef. Just imagine. Then after she stops giving milk, that's when she is butchered. Okay, some 7 years, 4 to 7 years is the life, and then she's sold to a slaughterhouse in a small truck with lot of cows, and that's the last day of her life. She's actually going to the death. She is transported to the death on that day, and then we consume it. Don't you think this whole process is such a ridiculous and barbarian act we humans are doing? I think it's high time for us to understand this. Ask you, do you actually really need it? Do you actually want to live out of exploitation of animals? Do you want to rape them? Do you want to molest them? Do you want to slaughter them for your just taste buds? And most of the people I know, they just eat dairy or they just eat meat because of taste. How ridiculous that sounds. You're killing an emotional creature and living on it. Please, if this video has educated you anything or you have learned anything out of it, please do stop animal exploitation and animal killing. Please, they have life like us, they have emotions like us. I beg you, please do stop. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'm going to release more videos in this week. I'm talking about poultry, honey industry, leather, silk. I'm going to talk about various topics, including the health benefits or of veganism, or what is the impact on your health by drinking milk or using dairy products or meat, and then what is the impact on the environment which is going to happen. Stay tuned. Please subscribe if you are not already, because I'll be sharing more videos this week. Thank you for watching.